See where five cops beat a man brutally to the point of murder. The five cops have been charged with mainly murder as they jumped the man in Tennessee. The state of Georgia is underneath a state of emergency right now. So as I was saying, it's very saddening and sickening to hear this. Now, I think it's not a good idea for people to violent protest at all. Like, you can have peaceful protests, just don't do them violently. Atlanta, Georgia already had violent protests not that long ago, I've seen on TV. Now here comes potential for the risk of possible violent protests of the Tennessee incident where police jump a simple person and beat them to the point of death, to the point where it's considered a murder charge. All five cops have been fired. Now, I say this with warning that if you see videos of this online about stuff like this is it may be violent and or disturbing to watch for sensitive viewers. So viewer discretion is advised, but most news stations may automatically edit the footage or something, or may not show the whole footage due to it's too violent and brutal. But what really angers me is, why would the cops resort to brutality of beating a person to the point of death, to the point they commit murder by jumping this person? Why? Like, why would they try that? The cops should already know by now. They're already fired. They're already charged for murder. They won't have a job. They'll most likely end up in prison for the rest of the cops or not. Like, police or not, it still is a very bad idea to resort to violence like that, because it can cause trouble. And as a result, Georgia being placed underneath the state of emergency already due to the potential for violent protest is already to be expected after that. And the body cam footage is set to be released sometime after tomorrow night, after 7 o'clock p.m. in the U.S. Set to be released. So there's a potential watch for violent protests already for this. Just like George Floyd, people had protests that were either peaceful or violent for the George Floyd, which that is very scary. So I'm waiting to see how this all goes. Either the protests are peaceful or the protests erupt and go awry. But even the mayor of Atlanta has already mentioned that they welcome protests, peaceful protests that is, but not violent ones. Violent protests have known to cause trouble. The Atlanta protests have some people came to Atlanta and protested violently by damaging property. I've seen on the news recently. They have damaged property. They have committed vandalism. They have done all these stupid things to protest, but they did it in a bad way. Peaceful protests should end with people marching, voicing their concern and opinions with signs, but done in a way that won't destroy property, public property. It won't vandalize anything. I just would rather see people do protest peacefully than to do them the violent way. Doing the violence is asking for trouble. But anyway, that's it. I am exiting for now. See you next time. And remember, keep the protest peaceful. Don't take it violently. Don't do that.